Alright YouTube, and welcome to another Borderlands 3 news and information video. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the Japanese website for Borderlands 3. A few people have been talking about this and there's some really cool stuff that you can find on here that's quite interesting. It's some new information about the game. Before all that, we're going to take a look at this though. This is the Borderlands 3 official Japanese box art for the standard edition of the game. And this has been doing the rounds on Twitter, on Reddit, everything, even on YouTube. And honestly, it's kind of cool in places. You see this top part with like the splats and stuff. That's pretty cool, and it's pretty like representative of the franchise. But then down here, it just goes to like this weird blue gradient, which looks really kind of cheap. But let's dive into some of the other details. So obviously we have the 4 Vault Hunters here, but you may notice something different about Moe's. Now Moe's is actually missing a helmet, and we've never seen her like this before. Theories on Reddit say that it's to give her a more like Asian characterization, obviously because this is the Japanese box art. But I don't know, I mean, I don't know why they would have chose to have, you know, the other Vault Hunters represented the exact way that they are in game and then Moe's completely different, but whatever. And then down here we've got Flak seems to take like a very central role in this. He looks almost like he's the protagonist, and then these are like other characters, because this is of course one of Flak's pets, the Jabber, and we see him holding a gun. We know already from a few little bits of gameplay and stuff in trailers that the Jabbers can actually hold weapons. However, every time we've seen them hold a weapon, it always seems to be a pistol. There's actually another one up here. If we zoom in enough, just above Amara's head, there's another Jabber right there holding a pistol. We've got some psychos, we've got a depressed psycho down here, we've got the Crimson Lance or Crimson Raiders. There's psychos everywhere. We've got this big guy who we've seen in the trailer as being one of the villains, I believe. We've got Claptrap up here, of course. We've got this thing which looks like one of the Dragons of Destruction to me. That looks like a dragon to me from the Tiny Tina DLC, but I don't know. And then we've got these weirdly placed planets, Troy and Tyrene, which I wish they had like a more centered like positioning on this, because they don't look very, you know, like they don't look like they're the main bad guys of the game when they're just up there in the corner, do they? Here we've got some psychos and some other enemies. You'll see here, this is Sanctuary 3, we've got a little midget psycho right there, we've got one of those dragon things, I can't remember what they're called, Saurians or something, I think. We've got a female psycho, and of course right here we have a Hyperion Constructor, sorry, which is weird because obviously like Borderlands 2 basically saw the end of Hyperion or whatever, and we wouldn't have expected to see Hyperion Constructors again, but looks like they may be making an appearance in the game, or whether that's just randomly placed there, I don't know. But to me, this looks like a piece of fan art. It doesn't look official at all, but it is, and maybe it's not finalized, you know, maybe we'll see some changes later on, but it has some interesting information hidden inside it. So let's move on from that and let's head to the Borderlands 3 official site for the Japanese. So as you can see, we've just got the trailer and some gameplay playing in the background. We've got all kinds of different things. I really like how it's set out in comparison to the normal website that we're all used to. But if you head here to gun and system, this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. So you head down here, we've got this poorly translated paragraph which I will now read. It says, the 10 great weapon makers that Vault Hunters have a great deal of confidence will deliver over 1 billion unique guns. Let's get that loot, which is available in all 5 grades from ordinary class, white, to legendary class, orange. Now this confirms 2 things for us. So we have the 10 weapon manufacturers, which of course, as people have been speculating that who these 10 weapon manufacturers are, because one of the game developers said in an interview that there will be 10 weapon manufacturers, and people thought it was a mistake because only 9 had been confirmed via the official Borderlands website. But this piece of text right here suggests that we will be getting the 10. different weapon manufacturers. Now if we move down here where it mentions about 5 grades of rarity, we've got white to orange, so common to legendary, because people thought that maybe we'll be getting pearlescence and stuff. But if you know, with Borderlands 2 we didn't have pearlescence or any other type of rarity from the start. We actually got those with the UVHM upgrade pack. So if you actually click this chest, it does a cool little animation where all these guns, we get a little loot explosion of guns, and I've done this a few times. I've had a little look, and every time we seem to get like the same kind of stuff come out. There's nothing really new, but if you want to, you know, pause, take a look at what kind of stuff you've got in there. There may be some like cool legendaries or something, but obviously you can't tell the rarity or anything from this. But yeah, that's just more insight into what the weapons and stuff are going to be like in Borderlands 3. So that's about all for this page. I've not actually checked many of the other pages, but we'll take a look at the character page, because this could be kind of interesting, could give us some new information on our characters. So let's head down. So we've got this piece of artwork of our 4 Vault Hunters. Moe's has actually got a helmet on in this piece of this on the Japanese website, so that's interesting to note. The aim of this film is to give each new Vault Hunter a possibility of more than combining all previous hunters. What? Okay, so we've got Amara the Siren. It says, growing up in the slums, it houses the powerful power of Siren, a battle-based girl who has considerable self-confidence and is equal to any enemy. She specialises in close-range battles, summons a huge fist that can be manipulated freely and defeats the enemy. Of course, this is all stuff we already know, and then it tells us a little about their action skills. Now, if we head down to Flak, of course, this is going to be what everyone's going to be interested about. We've got a wandering robot with 3 faithful and ferocious pet beasts. Make your pet attack your enemies cruelly while increasing your strength. Contrary to appearance, the content is a warrior of a high intelligence AI robot. That's kind of what we already knew. Oh no! I thought if we clicked action skill introduction that we would that we would get an insight on some of Flak's action skills, but no, they're not going to put that as a leak on the Japanese website apparently. Because when you click action skill introduction for Amara, we get to see, you know, phase slam, phase grab, phase cast. But for Flak, it just says coming soon. So, you know, we still got to wait for that gameplay at is it Gamescom? I think it's Gamescom. And then we've got Moe's. We all know about Moe's. And Zane, Captain Flint's younger brother. Yep, we knew that. That would have been interesting information if we didn't already know that. Apparently he's notorious on Pandora. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting in terms of characters. Nothing new there though, once again. I guess we'll take a look at about game introduction. Okay, just some screenshots and stuff that we've seen before, it seems. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, the most interesting part is definitely this, where we get confirmation on the 10 manufacturers, and we also get confirmation on Legendary being the highest rarity in the game at launch. Now, remember guys, at launch, that means that when DLCs drop and stuff, we could be getting pearlescence. We could in fact get effervescence again. We could get anything. We could get something completely new. We don't even know what we're going to be getting. But for now, in the base game, we've got, you know, common to legendary, and I think that's enough because, you know, the game's going to be new to us, and we can just make do with finding all the legendaries and figuring out what they do and stuff. And then we just can, you know, sit around and wait patiently for some DLC and some new weapons. So that's going to be it for this, I think. I'll leave the link down in the description for this Japanese Borderlands website, so that you can go and take a look yourselves, maybe see if you can find something new, something different to what I found. Thanks again for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, or if you learned something new from this video. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.